Hi, my name is Victoria and I'm really happy to see you here on my channel FotoVivat, and today I'm going to talk with you about how to be that nice person, to be likable. And first of all, let's communicate, why do we actually need to be that nice person? I'm pretty sure you have seen already many people who just own the room from the first glance, like from the first moment, and everyone is willing to communicate with this kind of people, and they are doing this so fluently that you always wonder what is the secret that stands behind this person. How do they manage to be such a nice communicator that everyone is willing to communicate with them? And the secret, actually, that there is no secret. It comes so natural to that people, so they barely can describe you what are the steps to do so. But I'm pretty sure for introverts it's pretty often the huge challenge to own the room where they are entering. It's either on a new round of interview or any kind of new dates or anything, like where you need to face the people first time and have really good impression. You need to take care how to be the nice person to give that impression, to get the job offer or to get another date, for example, if you are willing to have so. I try to analyze how people behave when they try to be nice, when they try to take the offer they are applying for, and describe you in step-by-step approach that you can implement into your life, so it would be like going as fluent as it goes. Because once you apply all the small details on your regular basis, you would be that nice person that always charm to other people, and other people really willing to communicate with you. That would be beneficial for your career or personal life. So that was a long intro or background for this story, and let's get started from the first point. But before we do that, make sure you are subscribed to my channel and put the like button, hit the like button, because I do appreciate it. My channel is pretty new one, so it's really great for me to see your feedback and your honest interest on the videos I'm producing. So let's get started from the first point that actually stands, that you always need to look good. And I mean not about expensive clothes or something like really fancy, swanky or something like this. No, so it all relates to the style in general that beneficial for you. I'm talking about not wear the wrinkled clothes or dirty clothes or like stitchy clothes or something like that. It's more about like to have the style that fits you, and to have this impression like the person who really takes care about the outlook. Science shows that 7% of your credibility comes from what you say. 8% of your credibility comes from how do you say that. I mean tone of voice and the gestures, and 55% of your credibility comes how you look. So your posture, your clothes, your emotions, how you present it. So that's why you shouldn't ignore how you are looking if you want to have that great impression to another person or another team. So that's why please make sure you look good. The second point you always need to take care about is smelling good. If you would ignore this point, so the effort you put into your good looking prototype would be really eliminated once you are smelling not really good. And here I'm again not talking about the expensive perfume. I'm more referencing to the smell of the fresh hair, of fresh body, of fresh clothes. Try to exclude the unfresh breeze or heavily smoked food, or maybe some spicy food like garlic or something like this. If you want to be that nice person, you also need to learn how to listen people carefully, because there are two types of listening activities. One type or one kind of listening is when you try to listen in order to reply your counterpart, but another way that is more complicated and you really need to skill up on that, but it's to listen in order to understand, to read between lines, to understand the meanings that stands behind the words of a person talking about some specific tasks. Especially if it's more private chat, you try to anticipate what the person is talking about. So if you upgrade the skill, you definitely will get your benefit out of that, because people really appreciate if it's not only a monologue, when people understand them while they are talking. And here I have a small tip for you. So if you struggle sometimes to have this chat where you can really show your careful listening, you can apply this question. So to ask the person what was the most challenge in some circumstances for him or her. That's basically boost the ego of the person, because every one of us has unique experience and we are becoming stronger due to our experiences, and that's why most of people like really to share their experience, and you can always take an advantage of that and listen what story behind that, what is the pain behind these struggles, and that would always make you that careful listener, and you would be always appreciated by other people, so they would be willing to communicate with you in further communication. Another point that I want to mention as well, it's like to be not judger. I know that many people do this to themselves as well as to other people, so I'm pretty often have a discussion when someone starts complaining that someone is doing something wrong, writing something wrong, something like this, and it's always the red flag for me, because if I see that this person is judging another person, I immediately realize that he or she can do the same about myself, just in other circumstances. Because if you have this bad habit of judging people, it would be going so fluent for you that you would never mention that or never control this. So that's why I would prefer to eliminate this habit of judging other people on regular basis. Then it would be beneficial for you, because people would see you as the tolerant person, but not the one who is always judging and criticizing another one. The one I should mention as well, don't forget to smile. You know that even if you're talking on phone and smiling, it gives the nice tone of voice to your voice. So that's why try to smile as long as you can. Of course, there are some situations when it's not appropriate, but smile is always really makes you more empathetic. And don't forget to keep this eye contact, the one I have right now with my camera, so AKU, because I believe that if I would stare somewhere else, it would disconnect us. But once we have this eye contact, we are like on the same wave. So that's why I try to apply this as long as possible. And here is the small tip: if you are struggling to have this eye contact, always use one eye. So be focused on one eye, because otherwise your eyes would be shifting from one eye to another. That would be like looking very strange. So that's why I try to focus on one eye and keep this eye contact as long as you can. So it would be really it would provide some sort of trust between you and another person with whom you are talking about. And by the way, if you are talking with several people on the meeting round or in the interview round, please make sure that you have an eye contact with everyone sitting in this room or at the same table, because if you would exclude someone from this list, the person would feel himself or herself excluded. So it's not that adds some value to you. So that's why make sure to have an eye contact and smile to everyone's faces. Have your smile. Try to be not always 100% concentrated on some serious stuff. Try to make some jokes if you think it's appropriate at some situation. So, but be not so much serious. That would be my point for you to mention. Another point that is also give some credit to you as a nice person, it's to be kind to other people and say something good, because it's actually that makes people smile and warm up a bit. And here is my tip: do not fake it. just take a moment to scan the person and see what great you can say about her or him, about the outfit they have, or about something that's happening around, like related to their work or something like this. It always gives this warm feeling and nice atmosphere that you can take for the further discussion. So that's why if you want to be that nice person who charm everyone, so then try to say something good but not fake it, do it for real. And I think that is the right moment for you to hit the like button, because that would say to me that yes, Vicky, I like your content, go ahead. I would take it as a compliment then. Another point that you also need to keep in mind, if you want to be that nice person who is not abusing someone but being really the person with whom people like to communicate, try to be not perfect. I mean, none of us is perfect, and it's okay to be not perfect and to not know everything. So you see, my English is not perfect as well, and I'm not so much shy about it, because it's not my native language. So that's why I'm really proud of myself that I learned it into that extent that I can share my knowledge on different language. So that's why it's totally fine when you are missing some kind of information. It's totally fine if something that you produce or you deliver is not perfect, because we are not. The world is not perfect, and just take it easy and just do and deliver and present, and then you would see that other people would appreciate it, because they would feel like we are equal, not anyone of us pretending to be like an ideal. Everyone is real, and that's why we might be imperfect. And of course, do not overwhelm other people. If you offer something to do and people just rejecting it, take it as it is. It's not personal, it's just not the right time for that activity or for that proposal. So that's why do not try to overwhelm anyone. If someone is rejecting, take it as it is and go to another person or come back with another offer. You would see how it works well for you, because you are like really respecting your words and you are not trying to disrespect anyone else's decision. So that's why do not overwhelm other people, and you would take your benefit out of that. And don't forget to not complain about your family, about the weather, about political situation or anything like that, because every one of us has so much to do. We always have something good and bad going on. So if you would exclude this complaint section from your regular communication, believe me, people will appreciate that, because we do need some positive emotions instead of continuous complaining about something going wrong. And please, if you want to be that nice person, do respect others' times, so be punctual and be energetic, because you know, we all need a source of energy, and people will come like a butterfly to the lamp, because they would see that energy comes from inside outside. Even if you are an introvert, so you always have this tiny amount of energy to share. So make sure that anytime you are going to have some interview or communication with someone you really want to have a good impression on, just switch on this energy button and be the best version of yourself. Given that said, I just want to hear from you. Do you think it makes sense? I believe that all the small rules that I implemented into my life on a regular basis really helps me to be that nice person. That actually helps me to rule my channel, to own the room when I sit in the interview round, or I'm sitting in some official meetings with my senior management. So I do it on a regular basis and try to do my best in order to analyze them and share them with you. So make sure you are subscribed to my channel. So here is the area where we get all the information to set ourselves for success. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!